Hey guys, so I'm going to do a get ready with me video today, and actually I have a new eyeshadow palette that I'm going to use that I bought a few days ago that I haven't even tried it out yet. I actually bought two palettes that day, so maybe I can do another video on another day using that palette. Okay, so I'm going to start off just moisturizing my lips with Chapstick Cake Batter Lip Balm. I'm also going to let you know how I made out with, if you watched yesterday's video, I bought an air fryer. So I'm going to let you know how I made out with that. I made out wonderful. The food was so good. And some of you requested that I do some cooking videos. Now, I've gotten requests like that before from you guys. And I always said, oh, cooking videos are so hard to do because you know, camera angles, and if I'm filming like in another room with, like right now I'm just filming on my computer because it has a fantastic HD camera on it, built into it. But if I'm filming in the kitchen, I'm going to have to use one of my other cameras, which I can do, but it's so much more work, you guys. And, you know, this is a hobby for me. So I don't want it to be a lot of work, but I am so excited about this air fryer, and I am so impressed with how good the food tasted. I think I'm gonna, I think I am gonna do it. This is L'Oreal, L'Oreal Magic Perfecting Base Face Primer. So I think I am gonna do at least one video for you guys, and we'll see how it goes. Maybe it won't be as difficult to do as what I think it will be. I do have the right equipment. I have tripods in different sizes. I have multiple cameras that I used to use, that I still do use for some things. But I'll try it and see how it goes. And hey, who knows, if it works out, maybe I can do some, you know, cooking videos for you in addition to the initial one. Because, you know, not to toot my own horn or anything, but I am a really good cook, and it kind of runs in my family. I actually have a cousin who's a professional, world-renowned chef. He's been on TV and stuff. I don't want to say who it is because, I don't know, I just feel funny about that. And then my grandmother was a cook. My great-grandfather was a cook, so it definitely runs in my family. I think there's a cooking gene that people have. Okay, this is the Morphe brush that comes with that little kit that they sell at Ulta. I can't remember the name of it. I'll look it up and put it in the description box. And then I'm going to use L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Makeup in C3 Creamy Natural. And my hair is growing out pretty nice. You can still see the colored part there peeking out from the top. And if I turn my hair this way, you can still see it's from this point on now. So I'm getting there. Give this a shake. Yeah, I have, Christ, just my spice collection alone would be a video. I have this huge spice collection. I could even do like a spice collection video. I have so many spices. But yeah, I love to cook, and I love to eat. That's why keto is the best thing for me, because that way I won't overdo it. And yeah, maybe I can do some cooking videos. And I was thinking this morning about all the different, I mean, there's no limit to what I could do. I mean, I could even do like a video, if you guys like spices and cooking, what spices go best with what foods, you know, like what spices are best to use for poultry, which ones are best to use for seafood, which ones are best to use for beef. I don't eat pork, so there wouldn't be one of those. Speaking of which, they have this chicken bacon now that I've been buying for a few months, I guess. It's in the bacon section of your supermarket. It's fully cooked, but it's in the refrigerator section. And it's supposed to be refrigerated, though, I think, once you open it. I just put, you know, I buy it in the refrigerated section, so when I bring it home, I put it in the refrigerator section. But it is so good. I don't even heat it up. I just eat it because it's fully cooked, so I just eat it right out of the package. A lot of times what I do now is when I'm cooking my omelet in the morning, I just grab a couple pieces of that chicken bacon out of the refrigerator and munch on that while I'm waiting for the omelet to cook. But yeah, if you've never tried that, I think there's only one brand that makes that, so I'm not going to bother to tell you the brand because as far as I know, there's only one brand that makes that, but it's so good. It has like a chewy consistency though, so it's almost like a jerky. If you've ever had jerky, it's like that. And even if you heat it up, it doesn't really get crispy. That's why I don't bother to heat it. Because even if you heat it, it doesn't get to be like that typical bacon consistency. But the flavor is out of this world. And it's not high in salt because I have to kind of be careful with my salt intake. So yeah, it's not crazy high in salt. It has a little bit, but not a lot. I go over my whole eye area now with my foundation to cover up like any veining or discoloration. That way I can use whatever I want for an eyeshadow base, and it doesn't matter how thin it is, how thick it is, how transparent it is. So I just use the foundation to cover everything. Some foundations I can't do that with though because they irritate my eyes, but this one doesn't. This is such a good match for me. And what I've been doing lately is those spots, they look a little better now than they did before. I just been taking a little bit of foundation to cover those. By the way, I deep clean my brushes every day, so since I don't really know absolutely for sure what caused these spots, have no fear. That's why I do this last, and then the brush does get deep clean every day. So I just take a little bit of foundation and cover that up because it doesn't seem to aggravate it. But yeah, I don't, ever since I wore that necklace, those spots, they sort of come and go. And I had started wearing a different necklace and then they came right back. So I think I have like a super sensitivity to base metals, but yet I can wear, oh, you know why I can wear this watch? Because I put, if you have a super sensitivity to metals, this is kind of a little trick for you. I put tape underneath the metal part. Let me show you. I've got all like just Scotch tape all over the metal. That way I don't have to worry about getting any kind of allergic reaction. And my bracelet that I wear every day, I don't know, it's not an expensive bracelet, so it's not like it's sterling silver or anything. It's probably just stainless steel. But I've never had any issues with this. Maybe because it moves around and doesn't stay like in one place. It's like too big for me, so maybe because it's not tight, that's why it's not really interacting and it's moving around. So yeah, the foundation covers those spots up easily. Okay, next I'm gonna use my concealer. This is the LA Girl Pro.Conceal HD High Definition Concealer in the shade Porcelain. is just like a squeeze tube. You can find LA Girl at quite a few stores now. I remember at one time you couldn't find it at any stores, but there's quite a few places that have it now. They have it at Ulta, they have it at CVS. And their concealer, their HD concealer is definitely their standout product, I think. This is the Sephora Pro Concealer Brush. So yeah, if, you know, depending on how I make out with the initial video about the air fryer, we'll see how that goes. Because when you film with a camera as opposed to like a computer built, webcam built into your computer, it's a lot of extra steps because you have to transfer the footage from the camera to your computer. And then on my computer, I have to move it from one, like the area where I download it in the computer, then I have to transfer it to another section of the computer. And then after you do the video and edit it and all that stuff, then I have to transfer it to another area in my computer before I upload it to YouTube. So it's a lot more work to film a video than what most people realize. Okay, next I'm just going to set everything with my MAC Studio Fix powder, and I'm in the shade NW40. And I'm going to use an e.l.f. Studio powder brush. This is technically a foundation, but it doesn't feel like a foundation. It's a very lightweight, silky smooth powder. Goes on beautifully over any foundation. Okay, I'm going to contour my face with my Colormates Multi Cream Stick in the shade Medium. This is just a twist up cream. Then I go back in with my foundation brush and blend. I've been using this blush palette a lot lately. This is the Be Beautiful blush palette by Measurable Difference. And I had found this quite a while ago at Burlington Coat Factory. So I doubt they still have it, but you never know. But it's nice because it has like every possible color of blush that you would need. It's really pigmented, so you have to be careful. I'm just going to use this BH Cosmetics 125 brush. So let's see. I think I'm going to go with, I think I'm going to use this one. So I'm just barely tapping my brush in there. Just a tiny bit more on this side. And I forgot to bring out a highlighter, so I'm just going to skip it. It's not like absolutely necessary. Not only that, but because of what I'm going to use for eyeshadows, highlighter might be too much. You'll see what I mean when we get there. Okay, next I think I'm going to do my brows off camera and then come back. Okay, so I put my brows on. I used the Anastasia Brow Powder Duo in medium brown, and I decided to do my lips too to try to cut down on the time a little bit. I used a MAC lip pencil in Synch, and the lipstick that I am wearing is MAC Aloof. This is the lipstick that I got on National Lipstick Day for free at MAC. And then they brought it back recently as a limited edition product, and I think it's sold out now. I'm not sure. You can check the MAC website. That's Aloof. It's just a really pretty light pink. Okay, so let's move on to the eyes. I'm going to use my NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk today because this is a really good base to use if you're going to use light eyeshadow color. So I just take my finger and do that and put that all over the lid and then work it up into the entire eye area. So that one small amount will do the whole area. Okay, I'm just going to do one eye completely and then do the other eye off camera so that the video won't be crazy long. Okay, so the eyeshadow palette that I'm going to use today is one that I just picked up the other day at Kohl's. You guys know how much I love Academy of Color. So this is the one in Prismatic. And that is what the shades look like. I think that's so beautiful. You know, I have so many warm-toned eyeshadow palettes that I thought it would be nice to get something like this that was cool tone. So I'm going to start off by putting this on my lids, and that is called Crystal. And I'm going to use a MAC 239 shader brush. And this is a very, well, let me swatch it. So this palette is called Prismatic because some of these shades are, in fact, prismatic. So that's why I wanted to use the white base, because if I didn't, with that type of shadow, it probably wouldn't show up. So I just really packed that on my brush. And I'm going to put that on my lid. Yeah, this shadow is almost like what you would normally see in a highlighter. Like, you know how everybody's coming out with all these crazy colors for highlighters now. So this is more like a highlighter than an eyeshadow in terms of the effect that it gives. Oh, that's really pretty though. Very light and subtle, but I think that, you know, in certain lighting conditions, this could do all kinds of wild things. All right, let's go in with a different brush now. This is a Wet n Wild P15 brush, and that's from their Pro line. And I think that the color right next to it is my best bet, and that is called Twist. And it's sort of a bluish purple, as is the one that I used initially. So this is just a light prismatic bluish purple, and then this is just a deep matte purple. So I'm going to pick some of that up on my brush, and I'm just going to put a small amount because I don't have any idea how this is going to perform because I haven't used this palette before. So let's start by going in the crease with this. Yeah, I'd rather start slow and build it up slow than end up with a big mess that's hard to blend out. Just taking a little bit at a time and building this slowly. Oh, these colors are so pretty. Okay, now I'm just going to take a little bit and put it on the outside part of my lid, just to give this some dimension. And then I'm going to switch to this small Zoeva pencil brush. And I'm going to put some on that and drag that along the lower lash line. I think it still needs a little bit more. Right in this outer corner area here. So just building that outside corner area up a little bit more. Oh, that's better. And then anything left on the brush, I'm just going to blend it through the entire crease. Okay, that's better. All right, now I'm going to take Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in Perversion, which is just a black. And gonna have to sharpen this off camera, of course. That was the first time that I've had to sharpen this pencil since I bought it like a couple weeks ago, and it sharpened beautiful. You know how sometimes you get pencils that don't sharpen that well and then they come off, break off in big chunks, and then if that ever happens to you though and you don't want to throw the pencil away, you can just pop it in the refrigerator, and once it's cold it will sharpen a lot more easily, but I'm not going to have to do that with this. This sharpened beautiful. Okay, I'm going to put this in the waterline. And then I'm going to put it in my tight line. And then I'm going to curl my lashes. This is a Shiseido eyelash curler. These things look like torture devices, don't they? I don't feel like it makes a huge difference, but it makes enough of a difference that I do take the time to do that extra step. This is MAC in Extreme Dimension 3D mascara. I have a whole video on this if you wanna see that. This mascara removes so easily. Like, I can't believe when I take my mascara off at the end of the day how easy this comes off. But yet it doesn't smudge or anything during the day. It doesn't flake, it doesn't move around. It coats the lashes really nice. Big thumbs up on this. After using this, it makes me realize how much of my other mascara was not being removed at the end of the day. When I see how much mascara like is on the cotton pad now at the end of the day. Yeah, I can just keep adding more and this isn't clumping up or anything. Okay, I'm gonna do my other eye off camera and come back. So that is the completed look. Yeah, my hair is starting to take on a sort of a Cruella de Vil kind of thing with the dark and the light against each other, but yeah, it'll grow out. It's just gonna take some time. So that is the completed look, and thank you so much for watching and subscribing and giving this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.